Oh, I hate how that cuts off. Hi. No one's here yet. That's okay. That's okay. Let's get this together. Where did I save that video? That's what I want to know. Hi. Fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo. Can you tell that I'm packing up this room? I hope you can, because everything's off the wall. Even down the side there, can see the dog's bums there. Hello. Cake. Cake is keeping you up. I've been packing. Um, I do like to sleep in on the holidays, but I've been getting up a little bit earlier than what I have been before. So I've been covering Optavia, and they had a conference, and they think that they're going to be A-OK. I think the big thing that I took away from the Optavia uh, things is that in 2 years, they have halved their distributors. Mini, Minis being dominant. The other thing I've been doing in between, get off there. Oh, in between. Oh, apologies if the internet is bad. Yeah, what is sleeping? You see, that's what dogs enjoy sleeping in. Just saying, just saying. Minnie, leave her alone, please. So I'll probably go to my new house on Monday because the power will not be on. And so yeah, I might not even be able to go to work on the first day because I don't know if I've got to wait for somebody to come and turn the power on. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. But I won't have a fridge for like the first couple of days. So, and I'm not going to bring all the dogs at once, but I've got some plans on how to hide how many dogs I have. Mm-hmm. My hero on Instagram, I haven't seen her in a while actually. She's got eight weenie dogs. And she said she's always had too many and she used to like hide them all the time. Oh, I think I've seen pictures of the pug. Did you send me a picture of a pug? I can't remember. Yeah, so Optavia, I do not think. Oh, the other thing I've been doing other than that is next Sunday, I hope, I don't know where I'll be, but we're our Sunday roast. We are hosting. We've got a dinner guest coming to the Sunday roast next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, not Easter Sunday, but the one after. Savannah Marie is joining us, and yeah, same. Oh, I didn't. Rang up Ergon ready to sort it out, and then they said, "Oh, we don't cover there." I'm like, "What?" I thought they I thought that they covered all of Queensland, so I was really confused. Um, so I've gone through Kogan, and hopefully I can sort that out. Yeah. So we're having Savannah for the Sunday roast, and we are looking at. Some people may remember our Monate video. Did Gladys join us then? I think Gladys might have come. Yeah, I think Gladys was there, and we covered the scandals of Monate, and you know what? We need to update it, I realized. We've got more scandals of Monate since then. But the scandals, so we're doing similar one. We're doing scandals of paparazzi. Ooh, paparazzi accessories. And do you know what I completely forgot? That they had a conference and people died of COVID. Completely forgot. In 2021. I remember crying about it. Like, I watched Savannah's video about it, and she was very sensitive. It was very upsetting. Hello, Elizara. Um, yeah, and I cannot believe I forgot that. But it just shows you where we've come from. And I know, like, there's still people who are harping on about COVID, and it's like, yes, COVID is still an issue. We need to make sure that we're not, you know, transmitting things when we're sick. Also, there's such a thing as long COVID, you know. But we trust science and medication and vaccines here. Okay. All right. So Ray Higdon, where my Higlets at? That's one of our sayings around here. I don't know. No, it's just me. I'm the only person who says it, I think. Uh, yeah, Ray Higdon, in the time that I've been doing anti-MLM, he's only ever been a coach. He was doing rank makers, and he was still doing rank makers at the beginning. Oh. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So rank makers was like a coaching group. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's still bad, but it's not where we were. We can we can see each other and we can exist, but not if we have symptoms because it's highly contagious. Still haven't ever had it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, and that made me, and I was like 30 kilograms heavier when COVID was happening. And I had like this guy from one of the schools I was working at, and he was like, oh, only I, like he didn't get the vaccine and had like a lot of time off of, like, he couldn't come back to work because you had to have the vaccine to come back to work. And they saw that as infringing on their free rights. And I saw that as, you have a choice. You still have a choice. You can have the vaccine, but there are or not have the vaccine, but there are consequences for those choices. It's not mandatory. Yes. So rank makers was a coaching group, and they would it was like external. It was not company specific, and they would gosh, because Julie did a video a day for like 3 years. Yeah, Julie Anderson was in rank makers. So was, oh my god, was Brandy in rank makers? Or no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry. But also not. Oh, what is her name? Why can't I think of it? She was on the Dream podcast with Jane Marie. God damn it, I can't remember her name. She kind of looks like Julie, in my opinion. Oh, I can't remember. God damn it. I'm sure I follow her on Instagram. Let me have a look. Anyway, so they used to be in rank makers, and they kind of deconstructed at the same time. And I'm gonna be annoyed if I don't find out the name. Um, basically, yeah, it was generic training, and like Eric Worre did that through his GoPro and Level Up and all that sort of shit. And yeah, they would just basically tell them how to do stuff. And Julie does talk very extensively. Oh, Michelle was one other person. You're Jenny and Michelle, and she was the winner of. Oh, what happened? Oh, something just happened then, and everything just turned off. What's happening? Jennifer, yes, that's it. Jennifer Rahala. Yes. And Michelle is another person I was trying to think of as well. So Jen and Jen is a legend for standing up to Ray, because she had challenged Ray on something he said, and he was really challenged by it, and he said, like, oh, he went, that's when he was yelling, that's right. Anyway, Ray was pivoting because you could definitely see the last rank makers. I remember the last rank makers live. So they would have a live event once a year, and that's where Julie Anderson, she was popping off on TikTok, and Ray called it, oh, what did Ray call it? I can't remember what Ray called it, but he called it, you know, dop dop or something condescending. And then got Julie to do a TikTok training, and for all of the rank makers, used it and reused it and never paid her. And that's what Ray does. Ray uses people like that. And it's been, I remember, and we were talking about this last week because Julie Anderson was on the Sunday roast with myself and Clowntown, and we were covering the manosphere, and Ray definitely in MLM. And the manosphere definitely includes Ray in MLM, and he definitely has a presence, and he's a dick, basically. He's narcissistic, he's overbearing, and she talks about, like, she thought his word was gospel and just hung on everything, and it's been really interesting to see her deconstruct from that, and to see that psychology of like, how did I get sucked into this? Because it doesn't, smart people get sucked into cults, dumb people, like, there's no sort of like a victim profile for a cult. Anyone can get sucked in. So around, this is when Elamir was still around. This is when, gosh, I can't remember, but Ray was doing the rounds, doing trainings. I remember it around Rank Makers Live, and he went to 3 or 4 different companies doing his posture, position, the 4 Ps. He was doing that training. And that was the last year of Rank Makers. And what did he do? What did he move on to? Yeah. Oh, Vanessa. I know. He's in the esteemed company of Chrissy X Ord. Yeah. So then we had religion. And we were talking about it and that's Julie Anderson was our first person on the Sunday roast, and we were talking about Ray and religion, and he was talking about, what was it? Um, mhm. Ray is doing training for my favorite people in Australia, Energic, and that's an interesting combo because Australia, like, cannot stress to Americans how religion does not play a part of our daily life like America. It's just like my eyes have been opened looking at American life and politics and things like that. I just can't believe how prevalent it is. You know, it's just not. It's not a part of. People just naturally say I'm a Christian in American life, and Australians don't do that. They just don't. It's not. If you talk about religion, it's very like the last thing you talk about. Um. So Ray, we think he was going to bring out a book that was about religion. He eventually did. I think his book at the moment is The Biblical Guide to Network Marketing or something like that. And he has had 2 conferences now which have replaced Rank Makers Live, and that is Faith Over Fear. Oh, maybe I've got, hang on, I know where it is. I'm looking in the wrong folder. Um, and the first one he had John Maxwell. Yeah, there are some things that don't translate into Australian culture. Absolutely. Um, I got another video. The next live I do, I might do another late one like this one, but I don't know. I've got 2 live videos from Kylie X Stevenson. Um, she's back on the lives, which means she's back on the grind, which is interesting because she hasn't done that in a while because she knew that I was covering her. So I would like to cover that, but I would also like to watch some more of the Optavia stuff as well. Yeah, that's it, Vanessa. That's why, like we've got an election at the moment, federal election, and just our conservative like person who is running, Peter Dutton, looks like a fucking potato. Um, but he's not nice. Like the potato is great. He's not. Um, he's trying to do the Trump stuff, and it's not working. Thank God, but it's not working. Um, he's got the charisma of an ingrown toenail. He's just. Ugh, I don't know how he got to be where he is. But the good thing about him is he looks like he might lose his own seat because there's a good independent in his district, and there's a good Labor person who got within 3% last time. So if the Liberals win, even though the party's called Liberal, they're not Liberal, they're Conservative, um, and he loses his seat, he doesn't get to be Prime Minister. So that's quite funny. It is very secular, yeah. And it's very on the DL. Like I was working with somebody and she was amazing. She was a really great support, but very Christian. I didn't find out until like working with her for a while. Um, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Ray, um, guess what? Ray's pro-Trump, of course. And Ray has pivoted into religion hardcore. Everything's about religion. And he was still coaching, he's doing daily videos and things like that. But the last video I covered him. Oh, actually, I want to send the workout video to Erin because I told Erin and company about the video, how God is Ray's personal trainer, and we all had a laugh about that. But that was the last time. So Ray was talking about how he prays to God for everything, everything, everything. When he's working out, he's like, how many reps should I do? Should I pick up the 10-pound dumbbell or the 15-pound dumbbell? And I'm like, that sounds like really time consuming. Why would you do that? All right. Hello to Twitch and hello to TikTok. If you're any of my students, go away. Old students. If I used to work at your school, well, maybe you don't know, but I'm no longer working at the school that I was working in term 1. I'm gone. Okay? I'm working at a new school. I lived with my dad in his new life for 3 years. I know Timu Trump is my favorite thing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Alizari. Like, it's it's just a trait. It's like a secondary trait of people in Australia, whereas in America it seems to be like you're either a Christian or not, as like that's the first thing people know about you. Um, yeah, the Timu Trump thing, thank goodness. I've strong, like, the Greens are on my like algorithm. I hope that I'm being realistic and thinking that they might help form a minority government. That would be amazing because they've got some really good policies. Okay, so Ray, he's he's oh yeah, it is Good Friday. So here I am saying, oh, religion doesn't affect our lives in Australia very much. And it's Good Friday. And we've all got the weekend off for Easter. Okay. Good one, Tish. It still does affect our lives. Like, these are old traditions, like even, the Sunday being like the day of rest. And obviously there's still remnants of religion throughout our society, throughout our like lives. All right. So Ray, during this week, he hinted that he was doing something, and it was that he's finally going to start his own company, MLM, as a partner. And unfortunately for Ray, it was the same day it was the same time as Modere closing. Yeah. um I I've worked at a Catholic school and I really liked it. I loved, and I didn't do it this year, but I usually give something up for Lent just because I think it's good. And I like going to Catholic church because I think it's like theater. I like the ritual of it. I think it's a spectacle. I like it. Yeah, so Mo Dare closing definitely was a bit of a cock block for um, Ray because he was announcing his new company, and then Mo Dare closed, and a whole heap of people jumped into Make Wellness, a whole heap of people jumped into Shackley, and a whole heap of people jumped into Nuevo, which is the company that I'm not clear on the structure, but John Melton and company have started and not like John Melton and some other people have started this new company. And so kind of like, yeah, cock blocked Ray for sure. And Ray put out a video and that's what we're gonna watch. I finally got there. Is this the video, Tish? Oh, if he does the thing where he goes, hey, hey, hey. Oh my god, it just is too creepy. Hey, hey, hey. I sent Julie Joe Melissa Collins live, so I hope she does that soon. Although the Modare stuff is hot at the moment. Oh, I've got a few things in here that I haven't actually watched yet that I need to watch on stream. Okay. I think I know. I think this is the right thing. Sorry, I'm just loading up the video. This is an hour long. Oh my god, I'm going to be here forever.
Hey, hey, hey.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming and I still Okay, it's way too loud for me at the moment. Sorry. Yeah, Modé is definitely taken over. For sure. Okay, hang on. Let me see how the sound is.
What is up? What's happening? Happy Sunday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, here we go. Here we go. This has been a long time in the works.
Oh, has it? It's been a long time in the works, huh? I know. There was another. I'm sure there was something else that was launching as well. What am I thinking about? No, I can't remember. Oh yeah, other than Nueva. Nueva. New wave. New wave. Yeah, Nueva, not Nuevo. Make that distinction. How's the sound on Ray? Sorry. Let me know. So Ray also like it seems like uh this is a grift, the religion thing. And I just wonder, like, because we could see it coming from a mile away. He just all of a sudden became like super religious, super religious. So, mm. And he does it now as well. It just he'll pull a scripture and not really analyze it, and he does like reactions to videos where it's just him watching a video. Not real. It's not real great content anyway.
And I'm excited to make this announcement. And, I kind of teased it yesterday and got had some really good conversations yesterday. So I just appreciate all the different leaders that reach out to me. Just, the support was really, really incredible. So I just appreciate you. And so let me know.
Ooh, who's been in contact, Ray? Let us know. I'll make one prediction. doing the Aaron B's prediction right here. I got a gift membership to Aaron's uh membership, so I think I might keep it up. Nueva's cast MLM vets and recruiters so I'm gonna put this elsewhere here. Recruiters resurface. Brian M. Brian M? Who's Brian M? Is that John Melton? John Melton? Oh, hang on. Brian M funds it. Teagues and Seleckies recruit. Melton cashes in. Barnes leaves. Modere and legend Alaprandi returns. Same players, new pitch. Yeah, the other thing, like that, the guy who went to Amare that Erin covered, David. Yeah, David. I know. He missed out, Ray. What a prick, that guy in Erin's video. Like, he was so arrogant. It was gross. And when he was talking about, like, oh, I'm loyal to Ozma. How loyal? Ozma left, like, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, right? So how loyal are you? And he kept on talking about, like, liquid biocell. And it's like, because one of our favorite Amare reps, Your Sober Guide, she had liquid biocell in the cupboard, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have this and we're going to be selling it now. Amazing. And it's like, you guys, you're not loyal to anything. You're loyal to yourselves. You're loyal to your money, you know? Oof, oof, oof. I would like to do a prediction. Sorry, I got caught up in talking about Erin. Erin's live from the other day. Hang on, was that a live? Yeah, it was a live. I think that Megan Desart is going to be one of the leaders who contacted Ray. Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. Oh, this is a good I was because I just wanted to get the what's it called? The stream scheduled. So I was doing it on my iPad. So I didn't have any screenshots from the actual video. This is good. This is perfect. Like, this is Ray. Amen. Because he's about as Christian as my dogs are. What was that song? Why did you do that, Tish? Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going.
I'm going to church right after this, so I can't dilly dally, and I got a lot to tell you. Okay, but I'm going to make it fast and quick and easy.
This is an hour and 6 minutes.
And so let me know what's up, AJ. What's up, Jenny? What's up, Bella? How are you? Good to see you. All right, so drop a one if you saw the announcement yesterday of me kind of talking about this new direction, and then we're gonna get started because we gotta get to church. Jenny saw it, Bella saw it, Terry.
It's very good, Vanessa. I'll always recommend Erin.
Yeah, it was so kind. I got so many kind comments. It's been such an interesting journey these last 2 years. But I got so many kind comments. So many of you sent me prayers and so many sent me wonderful messages. Just it was just really, really cool, and I just really, really appreciate you. I really do. I'm so grateful who God has surrounded me with, and just so grateful, so grateful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get started. I know there'll be people joining us, and so, but we can't dilly dally. We got to jump in. All right, so I am going to show you my screen.
Also, sorry, I got rid of my light. I usually am a little bit better lit, but I'm trying to pack, so I got rid of my light, and so that's why I like my iPad was lighting up my face then that I noticed, and I cut the I think I said it before, but I he does appreciate us. It's true. Um, I don't know if people missed it at the beginning, but I also cut my internet off. So I'm just hotspotting off my phone at the moment. So it seems to be going okay. I'm impressed. All right, let's keep going. Oh, now
Let's
it's
see
like not.
here. Okay, so first of all, I think this is an applicable. This is my screensaver on my display thing here. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light. And I think right now
That's actually a terrible piece of scripture for an MLM. Are you kidding? My yoke is easy and the burden is light, and my burden is light. That does not describe an MLM. And that does not describe anyone who's in like a distributor. It's hard. Like you can't make it better. And also, what is this AI shit? Come on. Come on, Ray. You can do better than that.
I think there's a lot of people who are struggling and heavy laden. And I truly believe what I'm going to share with you today will help. I really, with all of my heart, I believe it will help. And whether you decide to, run with me or promote or anything, what I'm talking about, I really think will help. And I think we're at a time in our world where it is ready for this.
I am just going to change this setup so you can see him. No, that's not good. That's not good. Nay, nay, no. That's probably the best one. Okay.
And I think people are yearning for this. And we have just put together an incredible way for you to draw closer to God. And you're going to see me, talk about that. And so, all right, let me. Yep, yep. So, yep, I launched a new network marketing company.
Why does the little cow have the text me on its face? Hang on, I didn't notice that. Let me just have a quick look. 321.
And I truly believe what
Hang
I'm
on.
going to share with you today will help. I really, with all of my heart, I
Does
believe it
it?
will help. And whether you decide to,
Oh.
run with me or
I didn't notice. Why does the little cow have a me on it? Is that what Ray thinks? Is him? He's the little cow? That's hilarious. Oh my god. Or is that I don't know. Yeah, that's so weird. Um, where did I see? Oh, I think Vanessa, I think you were in the chat as well, Vanessa. Or maybe I don't know if it was in our chat with just us or with the other Aussie creators, but the AI network marketer, and she had like 6 toes on something, and it was very strange. These network marketers are going wild with the AI. Like absolutely wild. Hey, if like AI can be useful, but it can also be a slippery slope.
Moat or anything. What I'm talking about, I really think will help. And I think we're at a time in our world where it is ready for this. And I think people are yearning for this. And we have just put together an incredible way for you to draw closer to God. And you're going to see me, talk about that. And so, all right, let me. Yep, yep. So, yep, I launched a new network marketing company. Now, there were a lot of people that saw the announcement yesterday and they're like, what company did you join? What company did you join? What company did you join? I didn't join a company, I started one. And it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me, but I have a couple partners in this. And so this is not a company you're aware of unless you.
This is your announcement for your new network marketing company, but you said it's not just you. Mate, hang on, I just want me to be a little bit bigger. That's Vanessa, that's where I'm starting. This is his big announcement, and it's a white page, but then he's got the Higdon logo at the top, and then brilliant perspectives for some reason down the bottom. Is that the name of the company? I don't know. Yep. That's me, the little cow. That makes Ray a lot easier to deal with if I think he's like this cute little cow, This is terrible. Like, why? How is this your first slide to your network marketing company? I don't mind the font, but it's just so boring. Okay.
We're on a extremely short list, and God nudged
Oh, of course
me
it
to
was
talk
God.
to you
Yep.
before this. So we officially launched. Well, not I guess the word officially. We privately launched on Wednesday.
Yeah. And then Modea closed, so you had to sort of like go, okay. Yeah, the AI was crazy. Yeah. Did God nudge you just to push it back a little bit, or was it did God did was God nudging Modea as well? Was that what's happening? Who's God serving? Is God only serving Ray? Is that I think that might be where we're at the moment, you know?
And so Wednesday, we did our very first webinar for a very select group of people. And we had, I think we had 80 people on there and 51 joined, which is kind of amazing because we had a lot of technical issues on Wednesday, which is that's how new companies work, right? We had a lot of technical issues.
I've heard his story many times, and he talked about how he didn't really like startups. or you've got to work hard in a startup or something like that, you know?
And there were a lot of people on there, I don't know exactly how many, that weren't even in the US. And so there's no way we could have had 100%, right? So I don't know how many were not in the US, but this uh, program is open worldwide. We have members in 72 countries, but the promotion ability of it is US only currently. And
What? Yeah, no. No, I didn't think that you were calling Ray a little cow. I think that's cute. What do you mean, Ray? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean, brother? That you can only do it in the US, but you've got members from 72 different countries. And you had 80 on a call, but there was 100, and then not every, like, it's all over the place, and we're looking at this monstrosity on the screen still.
so if you're on here, you're not in the US, you can still get into the content. You're just not able to promote, all right? Yet. And we're gonna go. Well, I'm not going to talk about expansion yet. I don't like to promise things we don't have set in stone. So
We don't even know the
appreciate
name of
you.
the
All right.
company.
So here's the question: how did this
We don't know the name of the company yet, mate. Is it called Brilliant Perspectives? Can you tell us? Sorry, I'm looking at it's like you're on a live stream, Tish. Just like talk or something. Spread the message, share the blessing. See, I think it must be Brilliant Perspective. Is the name of the business. How did this happen? Like, wouldn't you just, I don't know, like, I've never launched my own MLM company, but it just feels like this could be better.
happen? All right. How did this happen? And so it actually it all started at Faith Over Fear 2024. So how many were at Faith Over Fear either 2023 or 2024? And for those that may not know, Faith Over Fear, well, my wife and I, who's in this picture next to me, isn't she gorgeous?
Yeah,
My
good
wife
work,
and I,
Ray.
we've
You
ran an
win.
annual event since 2013. And
Rank makers.
in 2022,
Rank makers. Say her name. What? Hey, why won't you say rank makers? That's interesting. That makes me think that he is running away from the branding of rank makers. Julie Anderson, is this your doing? I'm going to pose that question. I'm going to send her a message and say, do you think that Ray doesn't mention rank makers because of the negative connotation? Because he knows Julie's kicking goals. Julie's got big views. She's very well respected. The thing I love most about Julie Anderson, I mean, obviously her humor is amazing, but her empathy for people in MLMs, like, it's on another level. She is so, like, she just gets it, and I think that it's a trait that draws people in, you know? Um, yeah, that's interesting that he won't say rank makers, but let's keep going.
we both gave our life to Christ, and that changed everything. And so 2023 and 2024, we completely rebranded, changed the name of the event to Faith Over Fear. Okay. And so at Faith Over Fear 2024, which was the end of October, beginning of November, I had invited my friend Dion. He's the really tall guy from South Africa right there. And that's his beautiful wife, Bridget. I had invited them to come and for him to speak. And we, at that point, I had been getting mentored from him for about maybe 9 or 10 months. Okay. And he is business partners with a guy named Graham Cook, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. But both Dion and Graham have completely changed my life. Totally. And so we do this amazing event. And if you were at Faith Over Fear 2024, what's the one word you would use to describe it? Drop it in the comments. What's the one word?
Ooh,
Because if you were there, I mean, it was
anyone? Anyone? If you're at faith, if you were not there, what's a word that yeah, exactly. Exactly, Elizara. I would say grift. Grift. That'd be the word that I associate with faith over fear. I did not see much of Faith Over Fear 2024, but I did watch a fair bit of 2023. I know Megan Deschart went to at least the first one. And then I also know that Anthony Napolitano, he's the top of iGenius. I think iGenius is going down. No, Economy might be going down. The one that Lily Zaremba was at, I got to do a check in on my crypto queens actually, because the crypto MLMs are maybe the worst for finances, definitely.
magical. I mean, it was awesome. People came to Christ. People had breakthroughs. There were miracles. There was healing. I mean, it was wild. It was a wild ride. Okay. But at the end of Faith Over Fear 2024, I got into prayer and I get very clearly that Faith Over Fear isn't going to look the same next year. And I'm like, okay, all right, what's it going to look like?
This is right, totally. Oh yeah, absolutely, Vanessa. We have Chrissy X Ord to think about that. She's going to get surgery on her chin, I think. Something to do with her chin, something to do with sleep apnea. And she was talking about how, like, oh, the bullies are the worst, blah, 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 blah. She completely playing the victim when at the time that she was receiving flack for the way she looks. And I've talked about the cookers. I love their information. They're really good for sharing info and finding like the crappiest things that the Enagic people do, but they also do ad hominem attacks, and I don't think that's okay. Chrissy Exord is a bad person. It doesn't matter what she looks like. She's ugly on the inside. But she's using that as a deflection mode for what was really being criticized at the time, which was her place as the top of the compensation plan in the Australian Enagic teams. She does that. Like, she is a predator in that system. And she's saying, oh, the bullies are mean to me because they're talking about my looks. And it's like, a couple of people mentioned that, and that's bad. They shouldn't do that. But what about the other points of like that we're talking about here, that that you take advantage of people, that your downline is the people who are um, propping up your entire lifestyle? What about that? You know? And absolutely, there's people who start out as victims and become predators. Absolutely. Um, and anyone who is at the top of a network marketing company, they know where their money comes from. They make a conscious choice, and that's why we have legends in the anti-MLM movement like Julie Joe, Erin, Savannah, Julie Anderson, who were in MLMs and realized where the money was coming from and got out. And that's the conscious choice. That's the difference between them and people who stay in. People who stay in at the top are okay with that. They've made a decision that they're okay with where their money comes from. And yeah, Ray's not much different.
And
Oh, the other thing I was going to say.
well, not a
Oh,
couple.
crap. I just went back, I think. Um, Ray says God speaks to him and he's like, your year's going to look different. Okay. Like he's always saying, okay. Like Ray, that's just called thoughts, my guy.
That faith over fear isn't going to look the same next year. I'm like, okay, all right, what's it going to look like? And some of you may have seen the video that I did where I came out and I said, hey, faith over fear 2025 isn't going to be the same. I'm going to be going around to different churches and running faith over fear. And I didn't have the details. And this is very common with God, right? He gives you the next step, but he doesn't give you the staircase. Let me know what I'm talking about, right? You get the next step, but you don't get the staircase. Okay. And so I get that it's not going to be the same. I get it has something to do with churches, but I don't get details. And so the more I'm excited and I go live with it because I think, well, maybe there's some pastors that are going to bring me in or whatever. And I did have a couple pastors reach out to me, and I have had the wonderful opportunity to do some sermons at some different churches and different worship services and stuff. And I love that. But God wants me in the marketplace. He wants me to bring ministry into the marketplace. He's made that very, very clear.
God's made that very, very clear, everybody, that he wants Ray with the religion in the marketplace. He wants Ray to make money. Isn't that's so good that God wants him to do that? God's like, go and make money off of me. I give you permission. It's amazing that it works out for him, and it's disgusting actually that he can use people like this. As we were talking about at the beginning when we were saying like how different Australian society is to American society, and that like Ray would not be able to do this in Australia. There would be skepticism, right? He is taking advantage of people who trust that he would not do the wrong thing by God, you know? Oh, Ray must be, if he's Christian and he's talking about godly things like this, then he must be coming from a good place. And Ray depends on people like that. He absolutely depends on people trusting that he was, like coming from a good place. And he's not. He absolutely is not. This is unseemly, like I'm getting the ick.
And I'll actually share how I know that on the next slide here. And so anyway, so I pray faith over fear 2024 is not going to be the same. You're going to be in a lot of churches. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to offer? Right? Because it's, like, what am I going to offer?
Yeah, what are you going to offer? Because what's your training? How do you have this? Like, where is this coming from? You're just a guy who listens to the Bible on your freaking phone. Like And then I have to wonder, does he really do that? I don't know. Because is anyone going to check? I don't know. I don't know. But it's just, yeah, I wish God would be a little bit clearer in his communications. As I've said before, what Ray is experiencing is our thoughts. He's having thoughts, and it's it's biased towards him. That's for sure. He's got internal biases that are like, yes, you deserve this, Ray. Hmm. Yep, Jesus would not have liked you, Ray. I'm afraid. Oh, that's right. I was gonna pull some cards. I was gonna do some tarot because Ray would think that was evil. I don't know what he actually thinks. He would say that it was evil. I don't know if he actually thinks like that. But it just like he has no authority to be ministering to people. He has no authority to be like delivering sermons. He's no one, you know? Like it's just ridiculous.
And I get with Dion, this guy, tall guy, South Africa. And so I'm like, okay. And so I reach out to Dion. Now it's interesting because I don't know if it was the same day or if they were back to back days, but at the same time, he got in prayer that I was supposed to help him scale their business. And so I'm like, hey, I need to talk to you. And he's like, I need to talk to you. And so we get together and I'm like, hey, the Lord tells me that I'm going to be speaking in a lot of different churches and things, and that I'm supposed to talk to you. And he said, well, the Lord tells me that you're supposed to help us scale our business. I'm like, okay. And so I pray about it. And there were two things that kind of came up that I prayed on. One, Dion has amazing leadership training. And we actually together came up with a new name for it. We came up with the name Leader Forge. Like, how cool is that, man? Leader Forge, right? It's a cool name. And so, but
Did he just say leader forge? What? I don't think that's as cool as you think it is. Weird.
I got that wasn't the thing for me. I got that that's not where you're to help them. I'm like, okay. And so they also have a app that they've had for I think like 9 years or so, and they have 6,000 members, 72 countries. And this app, people pay for the last 9 years, people have paid a monthly fee to access this incredible app, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. And when I prayed about that, I got a 2-page download. I got, this should be a network marketing company. You're to lead it. You guys are to partner. I want you to use this vendor. I want you to use this attorney. I want you to use this payroll. I want you to have these percentages. This is how you're going to promote it. I got a 2-page download that gave me every single aspect of starting this network marketing company.
From God. That's what you got from God? I don't think Ray realizes. These are just thoughts that you have. Like, come off it. He thinks, like, that's narcissistic in itself. Do you know? Like, to think that God is personally writing a business plan for you? The fuck? You are deluded. Like this is beyond it. It's so arrogant of all the things. Think about the world at the moment, okay? Think about the world. People just being murdered in Gaza. People being disappeared in America. There's a war in Ukraine. There's poverty everywhere. And God is in Ray's ear telling him to create a fucking Bible app network marketing company. The hubris of man. Like the absolute fucking hubris. Like, this is making me angry because it's so self-involved. And the way that he is saying it is like, oh, this is my gift to the world. Uh, take it back. Take it back, please. Like, I don't want it. I don't want this gift. Ridiculous. All right. I've got, do you know what I realized? So I've got this, my tarot deck. It's called the Macabre Tarot. And I realize now, when I first bought it, like, it's pretty cool. It makes a sound. I don't think you can hear it on camera. I'll see if you can hear it. Ready? Oh, maybe the batteries have run out. Oh, the batteries have run out. Okay. So, the Macabre Tarot. I think I thought that it said Macbeth when I first bought it. And and it's not the Macbeth Tarot, Tish. I'm a fucking idiot, honestly. But I still love it. It's a fantastic tarot deck. Yeah, so can't believe that I just had that memory. I'm like, oh, didn't I think that was said Macbeth? Yeah, you did, you freaking idiot. Okay. Um, so the Macabre tarot deck. Unfortunately, oh my god, I've got one of the cards that was like stuck on something and it's a little bit wrecked. So, but it's a beautiful deck and it's like gold. It's beautiful. All right. Um, it also doesn't have the normal uh like things. It's got daggers, crystals, um bones, and something else. What's the other one? Oh, it's got cups. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do some shuffling and then good night, Vanessa. Have a lovely sleep. I'll probably stream for another, like, I don't know, 50 minutes or so. I'll go to 2 hours. It's been an hour or so now. Okay. Yes. Let's get back to Ray. I'm gonna shuffle and draw some cards and see what my God says about this. I sort of believe in a goddess more than anything.
It was crazy. And so now in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't know what Dion's going to think, because Dion has absolutely zero experience with network marketing, right? Yeah, he doesn't know network marketing at all. All right.
Oh, that's so good. In other words, you can, you know, finesse him. And also, can I just make a statement? Why are we still looking at this particular frame? Like, this is the story of your business. You should be like bigger, like, and your presentation is like it's meant to be an aid, in the story. I was like, come on. This is if this is about you, then freaking like put yourself in the presenter mode.
And so now he has a PhD in business leadership. He's got he's ran 21 different companies. I mean, he's so brilliant and so smart, and we make such good partners because he is so metric driven and just a great leader around measurements, numbers. I mean, he's just incredible, right? Such a great compliment. And so I go to him and I tell him this. I'm like, here's my 2-page download. And he's like, I love it. This is amazing. I never thought of this. But then he asked me the question. He goes, well, how will you be compensated? And I said, I'm like, that Lord wouldn't give me that. So that was the one thing, the only missing piece that I did not get in prayer is how will I be compensated? And what is
Really? Lord's not gonna do you a solid there and say it should be $1 million a month or some shit? Come on, Ray. Is he gonna do this free, maybe? Or a percentage? Oh, I'll just do it for free and you can get me back later. It's all about pleasing God. It's so interesting that's why are you talking about that? I don't think I was not wondering about it, like, before he said it, so it's interesting that he brought it up. It is all about the money. The first scripture that he got stuck on and talked about because people were saying, like, how can you be in network marketing and be such a, like, strict Christian, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, did he misunderstand God telling him to start a charity? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, the first piece of scripture was like, it was the one about y you'd rather pass a camel through the eye of a needle than admit a rich man to heaven. Oh, I butchered that terribly. It's something like that, but it's basically about how if you're very rich, you can't get into heaven or something along those lines. And Ray interpreted it. My God, what's the wrong with my voice, my words? And said, no, no, it doesn't mean that. It means that you can earn money. It's like, well, yeah, I don't think while God doesn't, I don't know, like, it's interesting that a capitalist, somebody who has made so much money off, like, MLMs, which I believe are the perfect example of late stage capitalism, is now like, huh, let's just do this now, this godly stuff, um, and trying to justify it. Let's see how he's going to be compensated. I'm very curious.
does that look like? Or and so that's when he said something that I'll never forget and I'll always be grateful for. He said, well, why don't we just partner on it and we split it out? And I said to him, I said, well, that's more generous than I would have thought. And he said, yeah, I figured that. And I really believe that was the Lord's redemption
Yeah.
because it was such a generous offer. It is the most generous offer I've ever received. And it was so kind and so edifying and so generous and so amazing. And he said, I found with partners that the reason most partnerships don't work is one ends up feeling lesser than the other. and so it doesn't work out. And so I'm like, okay. Now that was a little bit over 6 months ago. And so the next week from the prayer, we hire Clay Brewer, right? Amazing attorney. How many know Clay? How many know Clay? He's amazing. He did all of our legal paperwork. We went back and forth, and he had a level of compliance that was here. We went to here, right? So he says, hey guys, you don't need to do that, that, that. I'm like, no, we're doing that, 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 right? So we created just a crazy level of compliance, follow his advice, to a T and then some. And then we hired the software company. Then we hired, like that next week, we hired all three of the vendors and the attorney that I got in prayer. And what's wild is 6 months later, those are the ones we went with. Like, that's crazy. Like, there were some rocky times there for a second, but we went with all the things that I got in prayer. All right.
Crazy.
And so then we did that private launch on Wednesday.
Oh my God. We ended up using everybody who I thought of. Ray, these are just thoughts. It's not God speaking to you. You know people in network marketing. How many people know Clay? No one. Who knows fucking MLM attorneys? You do, because that's your business, of course. Like, this is so ridiculous. Anybody who thinks that this is a miracle, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I got a bridge to sell you. My God.
We actually did a private launch on Wednesday, on Thursday, and then again on Saturday morning. And that went to some of Graham and Dion's insiders, like, people that have been members of the app already. And so we, went to them, gave them first crack at it, and they were super excited. Right? And so, but I want to go back just a second, right? So okay, I'm still on how did this happen? I know, I think it's important to get the story and for you to understand the story. And so how it happened is I got introduced to Graham Cook.
Yeah, it's interesting how this happened, but why is there like one little piece of writing in the middle with like so much white space? You're teeny tiny, and then now we've got a picture there. Like, how does it support what you're saying? It's just so. You said we had compliance here and we went to here. Who did you graphic design? Did you go to here or down there? This is not good.
And this was, I want to say, I believe it was either January or February of last year. And I get introduced to his book, Crafted Prayer, which if you don't have, I highly recommend. Whether you run with me or not, whether you decide to become a member or not, get this book. It's a small book. It's life changing. At the time, now this was just a year ago, guys. At the time, I was very confused. I fell in love with scripture. I fell in love with bringing people to Christ. I brought my mom to Christ, my dad to Christ, my ex-wife to Christ, my 25-year-old son to Christ. Every single week, I'm
So leave your ex-wife alone. I don't know. This is it your job to bring people to Christ? Is that what you think you're here to do? Like, how ridiculous. Was it some sort of ultimatum too? Oh, you better come to Christ. Like, is this conditional that they can't be in your life? Like, it's so bizarre. I think it's that the hubris, the arrogance of like, I have to bring these people to Christ. Again, though, he is using, the reason why I stopped is because he said, I fell in love with reading scripture and bringing people to Christ. Guess what people say about their network marketing products? I fell in love with the products. They always use that phrasing. I fell in love with the company. I fell in love with the products. I'm in love with the ketones or whatever. Okay. And I think it's really interesting that that was the words that he chose to talk about scripture and bringing people to Christ. Because I think that to me now, I'm hearing the MLM grift, more clearly. Anyway, also, are you counting people you bring to Christ? Because, like, God doesn't care. He's not keeping score.
I'm God puts me in a position to bring people to Christ, and I love it. So I didn't know, is God calling me to be in ministry? Am I supposed to leave the business world? Which I would, if he gave me that direction, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd do it in a heartbeat because his will is above my desires. And that's a very specific prayer that I actually prayed. I'm like, Father, thank you for putting your will above my desires. But the cool thing is, Isaiah 55:8-9 says his ways are higher than our ways. And so his desires are actually greater than ours for ourselves. How cool is that? And so, anyway, I get introduced to this book. And this book teaches you how to do a crafted prayer, not some shotgun prayer. Lord, give me abundance and healing and this and that and this. But it teaches you to find out the heart of God. What is his will for you? And actually pray that be done. Do you want me in ministry? Do you want me in the marketplace? Like where do you want me? And I got such an incredible promise and such an amazing word from that very first crafted prayer I did, because, from Graham Cook. And when I prayed it, I had an experience. I mean, I had like this type of electricity like go through my body. I had a visualization. It was wild. And so from that day forward, I've not been confused, because he gave me my promise. He gave me who I am to be in this world. And that is, in a nutshell, to be a leader in business and faith, right? To be in the marketplace, to bring God alongside and have him with us in the business marketplace. Okay. And so I've been walking in that ever since. And again, whether you want to work with me or not,
Um, but it took you 6 to 7 months to talk about it? That's interesting. That's interesting. Mm. I love how he said, if he asked me to be like a leader of something, I'd be doing that in a second. Well, isn't this that? You know? Hmm. All right, listen for a little bit more and then I'm going to pull the first card.
I would highly suggest you get this book. It's right on Amazon. Now, who is Graham Cook? Okay. First of all, he's amazing. And I think at this point, he's now been over 50 years of ministry.
You got to be kidding me with this fucking slide. Let me see if it's clearer and I'm going to make it bigger. Oh, it is clearer, but a lot. There's a lot to read. Why, like, it doesn't suit the other one? Why have so much information on this one and nothing on the first two? Damn.
And this guy is so much light and love. This guy is he's just all love, man. He has preached all over the world, over 120 countries. His main specialty is to help you have a better relationship with God. Okay. That's his deal. That's how to know that Jesus is with you, that God is with you always, that he'll never leave you or forsake you, that he loves you, that he loves you, that he loves you, that he loves you, that he, that's just what it is. He's all about light and love. He's absolutely amazing. You will never catch him bashing some other church or bashing some other whatever. That is so polar opposite to him. It's amazing. And so what, so Graham and Dion's company is called Brilliant Perspectives. And Brilliant is a kingdom of, I'm sorry, Brilliant is a movement of kingdom activators. And so we've partnered.
What is happening now? Why did you have that bio of Graham and then you just skipped over it to the brilliant perspectives and now we're partnered to what the fuck is happening? Like, this is the thing you say, not like just put it in the slide. Goddamn, Ray. This is amateur hour, mate.
Me, Graham, and Dion, we've partnered to bring you a brand new concept that allows you to spread the message and share in the blessing. And the main resource of the movement, because it's not just an app, but the main resource of the movement is an app called Brilliant Plus. Brilliant Plus has, it's been around again, I believe 9 years now. It has daily routines. It's got sleep meditations. It's got all kinds of stuff. The main author is Graham. Now we are expanding the content, but right now the content is absolutely amazing. So, it's got daily routines, over 50 full-blown training courses, ranging from constant continuous favor to fruit of the spirit to the art of thinking brilliantly. I mean, it's just unbelievable, all the different things that are in this app. My wife and I have been listening to the app almost every day for the last, I don't know. I started earlier than her, but roughly for the last year, and it's just amazing. Outside of the Bible, it is the place I go to learn more. It is.
What? Oh, it's my Twitch bot. Thanks, Twitch bot. I went to Twitch just to see what my analytics were like, and they were pretty good. Ray, what's this here? Is that it's meant to be a colon, but that's definitely quotation, quotation marks. And why do you have the dot points? Like, the Brilliant Plus is an incredible app that consists of colon and then your dot points. Brilliant Plus doesn't have to be a dot point. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, he's launching the Bible. Oh, why is it? He's launching the Bible. Sorry. I don't know why. I clicked on the wrong thing and I was like, it was going to make me beat you. And I'm like, no. And I was trying not to beat you out. He's launching the Bible. It's true. Ray, you're launching a Bible app? Let me have a look. Let me have a look at this. Oh God. Sorry, I just opened and Christy X Ord was on my screen. Okay, how many? So when you're in business, okay, you do market research. And market research is how many Bible apps are there? Let's have a look. I'm gonna ask how many Bible apps are there? Okay. How many versions of the Bible? How many versions of the Bible are there? Let's have a look. All right. Um, Hmm. The I'm looking at a list of 4.5 stars and up, and hundreds, hundreds of Bible app. No, I don't want that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, Ray. Let's hear about your Bible app.
My favorite resource other than the Bible. Okay. It doesn't replace the Bible. Okay. But you get guided learning sessions. There's all kinds of sleep stuff, crafted prayers, replays from live conferences, guest content that's ever growing. So you're going to see some new content around parenting, around wealth. You're going to see a lot of new content coming in there as well. But it's over 600 videos, over 12 sleep meditations, daily routines, 21-day challenges. How cool is that? And guided meditation.
Oh yeah, no, the PowerPoint's terrible. Um, that's so funny. 600 videos and 12 sleep meditations. Just 12. What the hell, Ray? 600 videos, but only 12 sleep meditations and 11 guided meditations. 3 daily routines. And I don't know why a 21-day challenge is cool. That's just that's him recycling MLM things. God damn.
Okay. And here's just a few stories. Okay. I start with my own testimony. Okay. So the Brilliant Plus training on constant continuous favor changed so many areas of my life. I now understand that because Jesus Christ is with me, that all of heaven's favor is attracted to me. I know because of Christ, not because of me, not because of Ray did some good work or something, but because of Christ, I have all of heaven's favor with me always. I have every spiritual blessing because Jesus deserved it and Jesus is in me.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Ray. I don't know about that. For some reason, I'm thinking of that SpongeBob SquarePants bit where it's, oh brother, this guy stinks. That's what I'm thinking of. Um, absolute hubris again. The hubris. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what you think God is, but God would not like this type of like arrogance. Not at all. Not at all. Also, that's not what's in this testimonial, Ray. You just said the Brilliant Perspective training on constant, continuous favor changed so many areas of my life and how I saw God show up. You didn't say anything else after that. This is just your story, like it's not really a testimonial that's written there. Yeah, this is the ick. I'm getting the ick at the moment.
Can I get an amen? Because guess what? You've accepted Christ. So do you. So do you. Now, two of the first courses I went through in the app were Fruit of the Spirit and Developing Your Destiny. And they helped me understand the difference between servanthood and sonship. And that was such a key distinction for me. I mean, by the time I went through that, I had gone through the Bible 4 or 5 times, different versions: ESV, King James, New King James, NIV was my first one. Recently, the Message. I'm about to finish the Message, and then I'm going to the Passion. And so I had been through all these Bibles. I'd spent so much time and effort. I never learned the difference between servanthood and sonship. It was Graham that helped me learn that. And you may be wondering what's the difference. And I want to
No, I was not wondering that. In fact, I dropped some cards and then I couldn't pick them up because my chair's too high and my arms are too short. No, Ray, I haven't wondered that. Don't want that. Don't fucking care.
I want to gift you with this. This is a real gift, whether you work with me or not. Okay. This is a real gift. The difference between servanthood and sonship. So, servanthood is God gives me a nudge or an instruction and I do it. Now, most people aren't there. God nudged you to write a book. God nudged you to play bigger. God nudged you to go forgive someone, and you didn't do it, right? The cool thing with God, this
He's better than you. Didn't you know? Because God nudges you and you just do basic bitch stuff. He's just like, you're a basic bitch. Me, God nudges me and he's real specific. So obviously in God's favor. Just saying. I'm like, I'm I'm in his favor. I did the training on the app, the Bible app. The what's it called again? Brilliant Perspectives, the Brilliant Plus. I guess you could say I'm pretty cool. hmm
is from Graham. I heard this from Graham. With God, you never fail a test, but you get an unlimited amount of tries to pass it. I'm gonna let that sink in. With God, you never
Okay.
fail a test, but you get an unlimited amount of tries to pass it. Now, most people are not in servanthood, okay? But there's a higher level than servanthood, and that's sonship. Sonship means that my king, my father, the king, my father asked me to do something. I'm honored to do it, and I don't need anything from it. I don't care if I get a result from it. I'm not doing it for my desires. I'm doing it because I represent the king and I'm honored to do it. I'm so grateful that of all his children, he would call upon me. And if you start walking in that, you're going to see breakthroughs like you've never seen before. I remember the day that I got this, it was on a Wednesday. That day, everything changed. Everything changed for me. And I owe that to Graham. And Graham's been doing this for 50
God.
years. And Dion and I have such a deep passion for more of the world to get into Graham's trainings. This is an honoring of someone who's been at this for 50 years. Man, this guy has been beaten up and left in the streets for evangelizing in Middle Eastern countries. This guy has been through the works, and this is an honoring. This is an honoring of him to get his.
Are we doing Islamophobia there? Just a little bit. Just a little teeny bit. Why? Why would you be evangelizing in the streets in a Muslim in the Middle East? Well, there's Christians in the Middle East, there's Jewish people in the Middle East, like there's a variety of people in the Middle East, but like why would they be I don't know. Mm. But Ray, also, why does this have to be an MLM? Why did God say to you that you need to make an MLM? It just seems such a coincidence that that's the business that you've been in your whole life and you know about it and you know how to exploit people. So just the timing is just absolutely brilliant for you, for you, you know?
Content out there to more people. He is an absolute hero for the kingdom. He's an absolute hero. And he's helped me so much, and he can help you too. But it's not just me. So I love the words that Shirley used. Shirley says this series is like a refreshing rain or a most delicious meal. Eric says
What? That wasn't what she said. She said something else. And I was starting to read it. Why put the fucking thing up there if you're not gonna read it? This is annoying. And Ray talked about his thing. It wasn't written down.
it recalibrates. He's talking about the fruit of the spirit, which I highly recommend. That's one of the kind of key ones. It recalibrates and tunes you into the voice of the Lord. Now, at the end of this, I'm going to share with you how to get a 5-day free trial to the app, whether you want to do business with us or not. Okay. And by the way,
He said that 4 or 5 times now. I'm giving you this whether you want to do the business or not, whether you want to do the business or not. Isn't he kind? He's almost as nice as Justin Prince, who's like offering, just his sympathy towards those people who have lost their position at Modere, just out of the kindness of his heart, right? Same with you, Ray. There's no ulterior motive. I forgot that name. I forgot that word as I was saying it. God, I'm an idiot.
we absolutely do not care if you're part of other companies. There is no network marketing stigma here. We don't care, right? If you want to do this part time, if you want to do it here and here, we don't care. We don't care if you're a part of other companies. Our desire is to get this content into the ears and eyes of more people on this planet at a time when this planet needs what is in this app and what is in this movement, because it's not just an app. It's not just an app. You'll learn here in a second. And so Eric said, it recalibrates and tunes me into the voice of the Lord. How good is that? Dorothy said the course called Life Questions is the most important video a believer can watch. The new perspective is mind-blowing. Rich said growing up in God helped him fill in some gaps in his spiritual life. I've found that quite a few times. Kelly said the Brilliant for Sleep allows her to stop the onslaught of negative thoughts or regrets, and her soul is sweetly reset and her mind is at ease. Some of you struggle with sleep. Some of you are struggling with anxiety and stress. This will help you. Elizabeth says, I love the relational process. And
I don't struggle so much with stress because I have antidepressants. And I love them. They're so good. That's it. Um, I've got medication that helps me. Um, agape love is there are types of love. I think that's like a parental love. I can't remember.
uncommon, the teaching called Uncommon Love eradicated all the paradigms of what I thought love was. Wow. And so we want to help you activate the kingdom. We want to activate the kingdom together and give others the opportunity to do the same. Does that sound exciting? Do you like this idea so far? I got a lot more
No.
to cover, but let me do a pulse check, okay? So let me know. Let me know if you're liking this so far. All right. So how does it work? What are the logistics? Okay. Well, you can become a member ambassador. The membership is $47 a month or $397 a year. The ambassador is the lowest legal amount we could charge.
$47 a month. um, let me go back to my Bible app question. These all look free. Oh, there's one that's $30. Sorry, it's not. It's only $30 in total. You don't have to keep paying. This is kind of like a subscription, maybe. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of things that are expensive here. Let me do a search for them. Someone tell all the streaming services they are charging illegally little for their content. Yeah. Brilliant Plus. Ugh, I'm spelling it wrong. Brilliant Perspectives. Oh, they've got a podcast. Podcast? Apple Podcasts? Books? I'm not finding the app yet. There's Brilliant TV app. Brilliant Plus. This says it doesn't cost anything, but I just want to look at it, see if it has in-app purchases. I need to go to the App Store. Oh, I need to plug in my computer. My Brilliant. Oh, app. Perspectives. Okay, Brilliant Plus. It doesn't cost anything. This is free. Brilliant Communities. Oh, there's in-app purchases, right? Okay, there is in-app purchases. But how much are they? I think $47 a month is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't understand the pricing.
$10 per month. You probably read that wrong. It's $10 per year. If you want to promote this, it is $10 per year. Okay. And it's $47 a month or $397 for a year. What does that get you as a member? A member gets you access to the app, which I've been talking all about, but it also does a few other things. It gets you access to events. Okay, we run this Limitless with God event that you, as a member, you'll be able to attend for free. It's a virtual event. We run a Brilliance event every year. You'll be able to access that for free as well. But there's also gatherings and small groups. These small groups are so incredible. So because people from 72 different countries are tuning in, we don't run them by geography. We run them by time zone. And so you're able.
Oh, hang on, I gotta tell Wilbur to be quiet. I don't even know what he's barking at because there's no one even in his eyesight. Gatherings sounds culty. I'm sorry, that's straight up cult language. Also, yeah, really small groups are powerful. Of course they are. Like, what are you talking about? Seems very obvious. Goddamn.
To plug into the, I want to say there's like 100, like there's 80 or 100, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but there's 80
You
to
should know.
100 small groups at all different time zones that you can just plug into. And guess what they're doing? They're going through the content of the app. So you're getting a deeper understanding in a group of 6, 12, 14 people, never big. They're not 100. You're not getting lost in the group, right? But there's small groups you get to just tune into, and that's all included in your membership. Now, I think that is so incredible because that's where you're going to learn from different people and their experiences with that piece of content, whether it's Fruit of the Spirit, Art of Thinking Brilliantly, Brilliant for Sleep, or whatever it is, right? You're gonna gain you're gonna gain friendships. You're gonna learn from some people. And because it's by time zone, you may have a small group where Nigeria's in there, Nicaragua's in there, and North Dakota's in there. And so it's a really, really cool thing. Now,
Yeah. You're gonna gain friendships, and that means that you can manipulate people better to to you can manipulate people to be in your gang, you know? I don't think you should be selling friendship, just saying.
As an ambassador, you get to promote the movement and build your impact and income. Now, I know some of you, you're interested in that right there. And so I promise I'm going to share that with you here in a minute. And so a member, you get the key resource of the movement, the app. New channels are being added all the time. Content will be used for gatherings and small groups. And then the free tickets, like I mentioned, Limitless Life with God events, a few events a year, and the annual Brilliance event. Okay. The monthly gatherings are the first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific. Training for Kingdom activators. And then we're the small groups, like I mentioned, online weekly small groups on Zoom. You join based on the time that's convenient to you. And
Oh, that's weird. Gatherings? The gatherings are monthly gatherings and training for kingdom activations? Activators? Kingdom activators. What does that mean? That's unusual wording. Just saying. I mean, why not just start your own church, and why not just have your own what you've been doing already? Why does there have to be an MLM like element to this? It doesn't, like, it's not different to what he's doing at the moment, because he said he's already been using the app. So it's very curious, you know? Oh, I think Elazar, I think the small groups are the time zone ones, not not the gatherings. Do you know what I think of when I think of gatherings? Gathering of the Juggalos. Like, that's what they call them.
some of these go through, different studies, like the 12-week study of fruit of the Spirit. You want to grow, Galatians 5:22-23 talks about the fruit of the Spirit. You want to grow in joy, this is your way. You want to grow in patience, this is your way. And we're going to help you do that. And we're just so excited about it. So the ambassador, it gives you a link to provide people a link to join the Brilliant Plus app and the movement. And I'm going to share more on this because this is a big deal. And I don't know if this has been done before. I personally haven't seen it, but I'm going to talk a lot about the 5-day free trial. So everyone on here today, you can be invited to a 5-day free trial. I'll share more about that here in a second. And then you share in a portion of the membership fee. So when you tell people about the movement, right, and they decide to become a member, you share in a portion of the membership fee. Now I'll share percentages.
That's called recruiting, Ray. Is that what you mean? You recruit people? Um, it's funny when you said um the people who work late or early based on the time convenient to you might not be the same for everyone in every time zone. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, and I think that's on purpose. And this is what I was talking to some creative friends about, that because Anagic has some of their meetings during the workday, and there's a lot of pressure on people to come to the meetings. And if you have a job, because most people need a job to supplement their income, because MLMs are notoriously hard to earn money in, um, then you're going to feel more pressured to come to that meeting instead of going to work. And yeah, or getting time off or whatever, and that's what they want. They want you to take time off of work to do the MLM, because you could lose your job. And then guess what? You have to rely on the MLM then, you know? I still haven't pulled a card yet. I apologize, but I'm listening. Yeah. So Ray's describing recruiting, like duh.
I know some of you are very savvy at this kind of stuff. I'm gonna share it here in a minute. You're also going to receive ambassador only monthly training by me on how to grow your impact and your income. And so I will be leading the training. By the way, I am not a rep. Okay. I'm a partner in the company. I do not have a position. I'm working with them at the company level.
I appreciate that he said that. I think that that is good. I'm glad that he's saying that. I think that that is probably one of the better things that he has done. I mean, we saw this week in Optavia that Dr. A is a rep. The co-founder of Optavia is a rep, a coach. I don't know if I've told the rest of the people. I don't think I've shared that with other people. Yeah, so I appreciate that he's not a distributor, because I think then he does have a bit more of a vested interest. I mean, obviously he's going to say he does because it's the God thing, you know. I'm going to go for a little bit longer and then I'm going to stop. I'm tired. I did like more packing today than I have any other day and it was hot. I'm tired.
I'm not a corporate position. I am a partner and helped form this company, just to be very clear. So there's a lot of people are like, what company did you join? What company did you join? I didn't join any. We started this. And again, for those that are just came on, we did our first private launch on Wednesday. We did a second private launch on Thursday, and the third one was yesterday. And so you'll receive ambassador only monthly training by me on how to grow your impact and income. But this is your training is going to be very different than most companies, because I am absolutely telling you that we are going to make this easy. Now, in the past, I've told leaders, don't tell people it's easy. Don't do it. Okay. Because to be honest, most building a sales organization is not easy. It's not. I'm telling you, we are going to make this easy. We're going to make it easy. I am so focused on making this the easiest thing to build that has ever existed. And I mean that. And I know that's a bold claim, but I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you by the end of this conversation. Okay. And you're going to receive a really cool, brilliant debit card to access your funds. And again, this is USA only right now. We are going to expand. I'm going to give you the rough estimate of order. Canada will probably be next. Australia will probably be after that. New Zealand will probably be after that. I'm just saying probablys. Okay. EU, a little bit more difficult to deal with. That might be next. But I'm just letting you know. I can't give you dates. We don't know. There's a lot of logistics and stuff that go into that, but we want to prove the model here in the United States. I mean, we did the registration for all the states. We did everything that needs to be done legally and compliance wise and all that for the United States. The US open for business. Now, anyone can be a member. We already have members in 72 countries, so anyone can get a 5-day free trial. You just can't be an ambassador unless you're in the United States. Okay. Now, this is how you'll access your funds. And so you'll get a really cool debit card. And I want to point something out. Now, I'm a marketer. And because I'm designing every single piece of this company, okay, we leave no stone unturned. Notice on the card. Now, first of all, does that look like a normal Visa, MasterCard, Amex? No, it doesn't, right? It kind of stands out. It's kind of different. But notice what it says. Brilliant. See yourself the way God sees you. We're equipping you with your first tool with the debit card. When you use this, people are going to look at it. First of all, it stands out. It's different colors. Most cards don't have these kind of colors, first of all. And if they read that line right there, how many people do you think are going to ask you, hey, what's this about? What's this about? Oh, it's actually a movement that has completely changed my life. And you know what? If you like, I can grab your information. And, I have
Are you kidding me? This is what you're going for? This is going to be your recruiting tactic? The card? My card's maroon. You can get pictures of your pets on your cards. I don't think this is... How are you paying for that, sir? Card? Okay. I'm not looking at the card. By the way, I had a jumper come out of the card, out of the deck, right at this point. It's the 8 of Cups. Now, cups are generally... Okay. And I think it's... Hang on. I'm going to make myself a bit bigger. There you go. Yeah. All right. You're going to go clearer? Come on. You can do it. So you can see it's kind of like a bug. Come on, go a bit clearer. You can do it. I saw you do it before. Okay, so it's kind of like a bug, a spider, but then it's holding the 8 cups, but then it's got that like needle or something in the back, and it looks like excess, like... How does a new network marketing help anyone in the face? Yeah. It is. Hello, Helen. It's nice to see you live. It is lovely to see you live. Yeah, it's interesting. Like that looks like excess to me, and he's biblical, so could be gluttony, that could be part of it. I'm just like analyzing the image at the moment. I'll have a look at the book in a minute. And then we've got that sorry, like that stab. Let me have a look. It's almost like a pin. I need light. Sorry. Oh, that's not over. My light is missing. Yeah, it's like a pin, but the spider's only got one eye. Okay, let me have a look at the book. The book says, so I think it could mean that he might get stabbed in the back. Ooh, that could be it. Okay, so it says, despite your best efforts, you're feeling unfulfilled. You've put your heart on your sleeve, but there are no reciprocation. Ooh. And you were left raw and exposed. It's okay to disconnect yourself from things you thought you loved in order to move forward. Take a moment to say your goodbye and release what is serving you. It's time to move on. So it's releasing. I don't know. That doesn't really suit that, but let me have a look at 8 cups in tarot. Okay, so generally it is about leaving things behind and making way. Oh, yes, I know it's where, yeah, it is. That's interesting. So it's definitely about things that are behind you or in your back or something like that. Ray's got to watch his back. That's what I'm... Yeah, please do disconnect. I don't think he knows how. Okay. I'm gonna let him go for a little bit longer and then I'm gonna stop. But because that was a jumper, that card. She jumped out and I haven't pulled a proper card for him yet.
5-day free trial to it.
Dream on, buddy.
I told you I'm going to make this easy. You aren't promoting the movement. You're not even promoting the membership. You're promoting the 5-day free trial, which, oh, by the way, we've tested with over $100,000 in advertising. I'm going to show you what I mean. All right. And so, by the way, for those that want to know, yes, we will be sending you 1099s. That's automatically calculated to you. Number 2, if you're wanting to, you can log into your debit card account and just transfer the money to wherever you want if you don't want to use the debit card. But I would use the debit card. My plan is to take this, use it at every restaurant, use it anywhere where the person has to handle it. Okay. If they have to handle it, I'm going to give them this card because none of my other cards help me grow my impact and income. This one does.
We don't do that in Australia. I don't give my card to anybody. I always have I use my phone. Like, who's using cards, Ray? What are you talking about? And how does this make it easy? Oh my God. Oh, thanks, Salazara. Oh, oh, I lost. I don't know. Oh, did I just unplug my? I've messed around with my power source, so I don't know what's happening. Okay, there we go. So my second screen is a little bit like dodge at the moment. Okay, we'll listen to a little bit more.
Hand someone an Amex, they're like, "Oh, what do you do, big guy?" Right? No, no, no. So anywhere a person has to handle the credit card, a waiter, waitress, etc.,
It's a
I'm
debit
handing
card.
them this card because that is an opportunity. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's move forward. And if you refer 4 people, you're good to go.
Yeah, this is great, right? Great, 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 great. But really, like, he is just launching into it. Like, here's the product, show us the product, and it's all about recruiting now. Like, what's the compensation plan? Like, what do you mean? This is not a good intro to a company. Just saying.
We pay you 25% of membership on anyone that you personally refer. We think that's very healthy. We think that's a pretty good amount because we'd like you to get making
okay.
more money sooner, right? And so you get 25% of anyone that you refer. Now, if they do the monthly, that's $47 a month. Every month you'll get 25% of that. Now, if they do the annual, that's $397, right? You'll get 25% of that each year that they renew. Kind of cool. So there's an opportunity for you to make decent money right away. This is also a very unique chance to get on the ground floor of something that's never been done before. I don't think this has ever been done. Maybe I'm wrong, right? There's different prayer apps out there, but I don't think they have an opportunity behind them.
Hundreds.
This is a really cool way to grow your impact and your income. And you don't have to stop at helping just 4. You can have an unlimited amount of people join you, and they also, as long as they're in the U.S., can spread the message and share the blessing. And again, I'm going to make this really easy for you. So how can I say that? How can I say? Because it isn't about prospecting, follow up, and doing videos and presentations and all that standard stuff. Well,
I'd like to bet that he is going to tell people to do that. All right, let's pull this card. We're going to stop here. All right, we're going to pull this card to finish up. And this is the card. Oh. All right, hang on. Yeah, we do not go around showing our cards. Okay. Oh, hang on. No, I want to get rid of Ray. I want to be the big. It's me. It's about me. Okay. We've got. Oh no. We've got the Nightmare of Crystals. Okay. That's the card I pulled. Now, they remember that this one is a slightly different tarot deck. So they don't have King, Queen, Page, and Knight. They have like different. So this is like represents a person, and the crystals are instead of the pentagrams. So, are you gonna focus for me? Are you gonna focus, camera? So we've got this, like, it's like the scream face, and I used to study Butoh, which is type of Japanese theater, and they have this, like, this face that's very similar to like this, and it's like it is about despair, you know. But this guy, he's got nothing in the eyes. I don't think this is gonna work out for Ray, honestly. I'm not getting good vibes from the cards, honestly. The vibes are not good. And this is my card that I show to people to change their lives, not a debit card. Uh, oh, God damn it. Let's see what it says. So this represents a person, but I think it's a knight. Like, I don't think it's like the king or the queen. Nightmare, yeah. And they represent, so that would be, oh no, that's the king. That's like the king. Okay. So, what are we? Crystals. That's cups. That's cups. Where the hell's crystals? Okay, here we go. All right, so the Nightmare of Crystals. The Nightmare of Crystals is unrelenting in its pursuit of its goal. Okay, maybe this does represent him. It's never afraid to work for the long run and never loses sight of its aim. The road may get tough and bumpy, but getting to the finish line is worth every minute of the struggle. Don't get distracted and stick to your plan. It's all working more than you know. Working hard. This is a hard working card. But I don't get that from the image, you know? Like, the image is so haunting. But there's gold in the brain. So maybe it's a good idea. A Bible app. Oh, I don't know. I think anything that's like proselytizing or whatever it is. I can't say that word. All right. So I know, I think it is the knight. Okay, so the knight of, I think that's pentagrams. Let me have a look. Pentacles, not pentagrams. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles, it represents common sense, responsibility, practicality, working hard for what you want and finishing what you start. Okay, so that could be him, and then the other could be something like the spider could be someone who's trying to sabotage him. So is the company marketing his content as religious influencer? Why should anyone pay or ask others to pay for ramblings with no history or credibility and no theological study? I think he is borrowing the the credentials from these people at their brilliant whatever it is. Hang on, let me just pop it back up on
Let
this.
me share something cool with you. And I
Cool.
don't know.
So the Brilliant Perspectives people already have had this app, they've got the credibility already and have an audience. And so it's their work, really, and he is borrowing it. So I think that's smart on his behalf. I don't think it's a calling from God, though. I think it's a calling from Ray's own brain and his own thoughts. He said, I was in prayer and I came up with a two-page overview of this whole business plan. Yeah, that's not God. That's you having thoughts, Ray. You know? All right. We are going to leave it there. I will try to finish it another time. maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. Depends how I'm feeling. And yeah, I think that's really interesting. But I do not trust Bray whatsoever. Like he moved from rank makers to being religious within a month, and yeah, he's just been grifting the whole time, and I think this is what he's been working up to the whole time too. Because this I can't see longevity in it, to be honest, but I can see him making a lot of money off it to start. And maybe that's what he really needed. Because when do you make the money off your MLM? At the start. That's when it's the hot new thing, and he's going to get a lot of people in with the religious element, and also anyone can join. You don't have to, be loyal to this brand. And Vanessa, who was in here earlier, did send me somebody who is already sort of like promoting it, and he looks interesting. So we might have a look at what's happening so far. All right, that's it. Thank you for being here. If you've been here and you had a good time, chuck us a like, chuck us a subscribe, and yeah, even a comment. Um, that'd be great. Maybe some praying hands in or a spider, because we had that card pop out at us. Yeah, I will catch you on the flip side. Yeah, hang on, sorry, I'll finish this. You can go to almost any church and hear a preacher with more training for free. Yep, just because there is a collection plate doesn't mean you need to give. Plus loads of online free resources, but he makes MLM. Yeah. Before Helen, we looked at, I didn't put it up on the screen because it was on my phone, but we looked at how many Bible apps. Like there's so many Bible apps for free. There's so much information for free out there. Like it's like one of these MRR courses where there's so much stuff out there, and you want people to pay for it. I don't know. But again, it's not really about the product. It's about recruiting. We know that. We know that. Yeah. All right. I will see you next time. Take it easy, everybody.